Hi, I'm Emily Norris with the online BSSW program from the University of Tennessee College of Social Work. Today I'll be giving a policy presentation analyzing Senate Bill 1388 for the 2021 NASW Tennessee Social Work Day on the Hill. SB 1388 deals with the rights of parents with disabilities. Differently abled individuals have faced discrimination in securing many of their basic rights, including those related to parenting. 4.1 million parents with disabilities live in the United States today, and 35 states include disability as grounds for termination of parental rights. Section 504 and Title II of the ADA protect parents and prospective parents with disabilities from unlawful discrimination in the administration of child welfare programs, activities, and services. The goals of child welfare and disability non-discrimination are mutually attainable and complementary. Ensuring that parents and prospective parents with disabilities have equal access to parenting resources increases the opportunities for children to be placed in safe and caring homes. Individuals with disabilities must be treated on a case-by-case basis, consistent with facts and objective evidence. In Tennessee, about 9.5% of parents with a child under 18 have a disability. Senate Bill 1388 proposes amendment to Tennessee Code annotated sections 36 and 37. It would prohibit a court from solely considering a parent's disability to determine custody unless it impacted the parent's ability to meet the needs of the child. It also specifies that a court cannot consider a parent or guardian's disability alone in a termination of parental rights proceeding unless it impacts the physical or psychological welfare of the child. Tennessee Code annotated 36-6106 deals with child custody. The current version states that the disability of a parent seeking custody shall not create a presumption for or against awarding custody to such a party, but may be a factor to be considered by the court. The proposed amendment states that the disability of a parent alone shall not be considered for or against awarding custody to such a party unless the disability impacts the parent's ability to meet the needs of the child. Tennessee Code annotated 36-1113 deals with termination of parental or guardianship rights. No section currently exists that deals with the rights of parents with disabilities in the current version. The proposed amendment would state that the disability of a parent or guardian alone shall not be considered for or against termination of parental rights unless the disability impacts the parent's ability to care for the physical or psychological welfare of the child. Strengths of SB 1388 are that it is an improvement on current TCA 36-6106 language. It narrows the court's discretion in considering parents' disability in custody decisions. It's also a necessary addition to TCA 36-1113 that currently gives no direction to courts in regard to considering disability and termination of parental rights. It also makes efforts to be non-discriminatory toward parents with disabilities and appears to attempt equal consideration in court proceedings for parents with disabilities. But is it enough? No. ADA Title II and Section 504 require individualized assessment of disability and prohibit generalization or stereotypes. Every individual is impacted differently by a disability and deserves thorough understanding of their circumstances. The language disability alone implies that disability may be considered, but no additional parameters, limitations, or requirements are provided. Also, the language, unless it impacts, leaves excessive discretion to courts. Social workers are essential for their dedication to person-environment perspective, commitment to advocacy, assurance of rights of differently abled parents. Social workers are to challenge social injustice, according to the NASW Code of Ethics. We're also to respect the inherent dignity and worth of the person and act to prevent and eliminate domination of, exploitation of, and discrimination against any person, group, or class on the basis of mental or physical ability. Recommendations are to add additional language that requires the use of individualized assessments, prohibits discrimination, and requires compliance with ADA Title II and Section 504. An example of this is the South Carolina Persons with Disabilities Right to Parent Act, signed into law May 10, 2017. Establishes certain requirements and safeguards to ensure rights related to parenting are not denied because of disability. It also requires courts to consider ways to accommodate disability to preserve or unify a family. Resources for parents, social workers, and legislators include the Parenting with Disabilities Know Your Rights Toolkit, Through the Looking Glass, and the Disabled Parenting Project. Thank you for joining me for this presentation today.